Hello friends! It's been too long. I think it's been about 5 or 6 months since I checked in and kind of did a flip through and an update. And oops, my bad. I hope everyone's very well, and I've not yet had time to catch up on any of the messages because I've literally not even been on my YouTube account for months. Very naughty YouTube owner. I've just been so busy with life, and on the days I've not been busy, I've just needed to kind of decompress. But I thought I have some spare time today, and I thought actually it would be a really good chance with this big break to kind of look back and see what's worked and what hasn't been working this year in the new Filofax. Can't really call Mr Malden new anymore because he's definitely broken in now. But yeah, I thought actually maybe it would be a good thing to just have a break and kind of reassess where we are now. So I'm going to go through with you kind of all the months that I've missed, just do a quick flip through of those of my weekly pages, and then go through what's worked, what hasn't, and what changes I'm going to make for the next few months of the year. And then also, Mr Malden is going to have a little outfit change today, so if you want to see that, please stay. I've not got an agenda for today, and I've got no idea if I'm going to waffle on until the end of time or if I'm going to kind of keep this coherent. Hopefully so. So we'll see where we end up. But yeah, firstly, I hope that you are all well and that this year has been treating you good, and that all of your wildest dreams are coming true, and that COVID is hopefully part of history now. Although I'm not going to talk about that here because this is a happy place, not a depressing news place. Okay, first step, I'm going to take you through a quick flip through of my weekly pages. So that's through here, the diary part. Now what I've done is this now starts from May because, as I'm sure you'll know as planner owners, once you start kind of filling the planner up and adding your stickers and bits and bobs to it, the diary pages become, hopefully you can see, just kind of like they expand, and you can no longer kind of keep them in the planner. But I keep these, and I've still got pages from, I don't know, 15 years ago. So what I do is kind of every quarter I go through and take the old pages out, but I keep them and archive them. So because I have this perforated hole punch here, where I can just easily during the weeks that I use these pages just kind of take out a page and decorate it and update it and blah blah blah. Obviously now that these hole punches have a cut in them, I can't store them with those hole punches. So I add an extra one at the top of the page. Just make sure you can see that there. So up here, and I just give an extra hole punch to all the pages and then pop a treasury tag on it. So that's just an easy way for me to store that year's inserts. And then I will show you how I archive these pages, but much more towards the end of the year, because that will be a whole video in itself. So I think the last one I updated was February's, so I won't go through January and February's. So yeah, this was the last week in February, and I've kind of kept up with the way that I started this year in terms of my highlighting each week with one colour, but just changing the way that I pattern those highlights in a different colour each week. So they kind of mean specific things, so like brackets are films and books, and underlines are sports, and bullet points are just general stuff that I've done that day. So I'll start with March. I'll literally just quickly flip through this so you can see, because there's quite a few weeks, and I try and keep each week a little bit different to the few weeks before so that it doesn't kind of feel samey. Try and add different stickers. This is actually a little post-it which I love, and I've got a panda one as well. So at the top here I'm still trying to make a note each week of either things to focus on, or quotes that I've read, or maybe tarot reading exercises to kind of keep in mind. These lines here I put across the days where I'm on annual leave, just so that I can see at a glance that that day can be booked off for me, and also bank holidays. So this is into April. I also did go into kind of a little bit of a slump at the end of February and kind of March. I mean, I think it was April that the UK came out of, or was starting to come out of lockdown. So for a little while, I was just had kind of no energy. I couldn't really do much apart from the basics each day. But at the end of the day, it's always really nice to come back to my planner and just kind of, you know, even if I've done literally really basic things, to just be like, you know, that's just the way that some days are, and that's okay. You know, we can't be like 100% productive every single day. Hungover, I wrote hungover here. But then yeah, some days literally, you know, I just write rest day, you know, I had a bath, booked some courses, so that's how it be sometimes. And to be honest, like for me, planning, using the Filofax is less actually about planning my day, because I do kind of all that stuff like online with calendars or with my daily to-do list. I've found that actually this process for me is more kind of memory keeping, because I find it very comforting over the years to go back to old diaries and just, you know, see what I did in this day however many years ago, and like see how far I've come, and like the people I do things with and the activities I do. These are some of my favourite stickers. They're like catacorns. So yeah, and then also I got super busy kind of in May, because that's when lockdown really ended here, and I just tried to get out as much as possible, so it sort of fills up a little bit more here. I try and get out for dinners a bit more. I book courses, just fun, silly things to do. Like I went sword fighting this day. I've been axe throwing. I'm just trying like lots of new things. And I just try to make the most of coming out of a lockdown, obviously safely. Crazy golf for my birthday. That was a good day. Lots of walks. I've been to seaside, walking around London, some shopping. I really like this page actually, and this one too. I really love these stickers. They're like astrology theme and seaside theme. So yeah, I really like these ones. I think these stickers, I mean, I just get my stickers from like random shops, but I think these are actually Poundland. So yeah, I feel like so many shops do stickers now. You can get them everywhere. This was a nice page too. I do love pink. Oh yeah, and some more cinema trips, dinners, theatres. Oh, such nice. I had such a good May and June, just trying to get out as much as possible, and tried climbing for the first time. My pagan rituals here. So this has kind of been my summer, and in June and July I started studying for a professional qualification. So now a lot of my time during the day is kind of focused on study. Luckily it's only a 6-month study period, so I mean a stressful 6 months, but I mean I'm not used to like studying to this extent. Like I've always done little courses for myself in the last few years, but an actual qualification feels kind of scary, and I've put a lot of pressure on myself, but you know, I've sort of managed to calm that down a bit and just enjoying the process now. So I think for me, I love this page as well. These little multicoloured seashells and the seaside stickers, which I think again were from Poundland or maybe Hobbycraft. Very cute stickers. So yeah, the rest of this year I think is just going to be kind of keeping routines, keeping study going, and enjoying kind of days out and activities when I can. This was a strange page. I'm not sure about the green. I'm not actually sure if the camera can pick it up, but a strange colour, this one. And that's where we are, mid-August. So probably at the first week of September I'll take out another wad of these pages and pop them with the archive ones here. So these ones are January through to the end of April. So carrying on from this, yeah, that's just a quick flip through of my pages basically. I'm still keeping up, just as an example, with my daily non-negotiables, but you know, on the odd day if I don't do these, I don't beat myself up. So these are just meditation, my vitamins, and reading for 10 minutes. They're the things I try to do each day without fail, because those things kind of make me feel a lot calmer and like I have looked after myself, especially on the days where I can't be bothered to do anything else. But that's kind of it. The rest of the time it's just noting down what I've done that day and what sports I've done. So yeah, and can't believe that we're here already. I remember ticking off this first day thinking, wow, all these months to go, and now look, I've only got a quarter left. The next part of this video will be to talk about what's been working in terms of the whole kind of setup. Just take away these pens. So the tabs that I have here are calendars, trackers, goals, personal stuff, which is more just like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I've got like passwords and stuff like that in there. It's not a very big section. Finance, and obviously my diary inserts. So most of it's working actually. This is my yearly period tracker, which I'm sure you remember me talking about. As you can see, this one's worked actually really well. I mean, obviously the writing's so tiny, you probably won't be able to see it. It's literally just a few words about how I feel on any given day, which I'm feeling at the end of the day, just before I go to bed, and then just kind of on the sides here, note down what day of my cycle that is. And it's just really handy because looking back over the months, I can see like on whatever day of my cycle, like how did I feel the month before? And you kind of notice patterns, like as time goes on, I notice I do kind of feel the same things at different periods of time, and it's just kind of handy to help me manage my mood and to kind of think like, okay, I might come up to a slump, so how can I manage that and look after myself a bit better? And most importantly, be kind to myself, because I'm always a very kind of productive, motivated person, and when I don't feel that way some days, I kind of really get frustrated with myself and feel like something's wrong with me. Well, there's not anything wrong with me. We all need to rest sometimes, and it's just kind of managing how to accept needing to rest as someone who likes to feel busy. So kind of a learning process, but it's just really handy for me to look back. And also up here, I just kind of note how long my periods have been in terms of cycle days. So that's working really well. The next one was my, what did I call this? Kind of a macro tracker, I suppose. Obviously, I've struggled in the past with not always very healthy eating patterns, so I'm very tentative when I come to this, and I always make sure that I'm in a good place mentally with this. Sometimes I am. At the beginning of the year, it was quite consistent, and obviously this is more just like for information for me. It's not really to track anything or to make sure I reach certain things like targets and stuff. It's just to kind of note down like my moods in relation to this data. And yeah, as you can see, it's kind of over the year repeated on and off. Haven't done it at all for the last month or so, and that's fine. Maybe I'll come back to it one day, but you know, it's there if I need it, but if not, then I'll just put it to the side. I always forget about this actually, my little witchy calendar. I have been ticking things off, but I'm going to move this, which I'll show you a bit later actually. Whilst I'm here, I'll take it out to remind me. Okay, and then the next section is my calendars for the month. Oh, I didn't show you this earlier, so I think I showed you February. That was January and February. So this was March, April, May. My strange unicorn stickers here. June and July. You can definitely tell the difference between how busy I was, kind of between, you know, February, March, April, and then here in like June and July. These different colours, I don't know if the camera's picking them up, but the different colours kind of relate to different things. So purple's home and pink is like kind of personal stuff like seeing friends or activities. And the yellow relates to what activity I've done that day in terms of kind of exercise, so like walks or classes and things like that. So definitely much busier during the summer months. Really love this page actually, I love the colours, and yeah, I was just really nice and busy. We had the football final in July, lots of walks and dinners. So yeah, and again, this is kind of more of a, kind of in part with the diary pages, kind of a memory making process, but it's kind of more at a glance. And actually this one, most helpful for me is to see like in a week how many physical activities I've done, because I often forget to take rest days, and it helps me to remember that, oh, you know, if I've worked out a week, then maybe I should think about taking a rest day. And it's just nice to note things down, like my moon rituals and pagan festivals, and just the general stuff that I've, like the bigger stuff that I've done that day. I also, on this, note down my bills. Oh yeah, so here these stickers say due today, and I write on the side what's due. So home insurance, TV license, car insurance. So I use that as, I suppose, more of like a home planning system kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, and then like it's good actually for my days off. I do the same thing here. I just, oh, I've probably got a better example, hang on. Oh yeah, so here I like wrote lines across the top of the boxes just to show that I was on leave those days. So that's kind of good as a future glance, not that I've done it for next month. So yeah, that's that. A bit quieter this month actually, but it's kind of been welcomed because I'm starting to feel quite tired from the last few months. So it's really nice to just sit down and regroup everything. I actually booked a few days off here from work and just like got out and about, went for some walks, went to the seaside, just by myself to kind of reset how I felt and things, and to get myself back on track. So that's that section, called that the calendar section. Yeah, calendar section. The next one was my tracker section. So here I, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. That was how to pronounce ready to comply in Russian, because Bucky super fan. Anyway, so yeah, under my tracker section, I'm still keeping up with this. This is the TV I've watched. Films, as you can see, I do watch a lot of films. They bring me a lot of comfort, and obviously I'm still working from home, so often at the end of the day I'll just kind of wind down with a film whilst I'm making dinner. Up and down with this sheet, this is my positive sheet. It's kind of not going as I planned, because I do a monthly checkup with myself anyway in my journal, but I'll probably come back to this at some point this week and just fill it in for the last couple months. So these are just like big positives of each month that I can take away from it. But yeah, I've only done up to June, so hey ho. Books read, a bit scruffy, and really not as many read as I'd hoped, but you know, life's been busy, and it was really important for this summer for me to actually get out a bit and not worry so much about being inside reading. Books to read, not getting very far. I'm not going to talk about that one because that's my fitness stuff and just don't want to talk about that right now. The next section was my goals for the year. I'm not going to show much of that just because it's quite kind of personal, but you know, ticking off bits and bobs here and there. So yeah, kind of, I don't know, 80% done maybe. I did check in as well in at the end of June. I do every year at the end of June, kind of checking with my resolutions and goals each year and just see like, are there some that actually I don't want to accomplish anymore for different reasons, or are there ones that I can add? So I always do that in June, and that's what I've done, is I have added a few more at the end and crossed some off, which are fine, because if you know, you find during the year that the old you kind of wanted a goal but it doesn't align with the new you, then get rid of it, honey. The next one is personal stuff, which I can't show because it's things like addresses and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of helpful still. Now, the one tab that has not remained very helpful is my finances tab. It's not really got many sheets in there anyway. Aha, I can open it. So the first one was kind of my financial goals, which is always handy to kind of have. I check in with those once a week. And then I had donations, bills I've paid, and just ongoing like stuff I've paid for, purchases and things. Now with finance, wanted a paper system, but honestly it's just such an aggravation to update this, because I do most of my financial planning and updating on Excel, and it works for me. You know, it does calculations without me having to do them, and it just became a chore rather than something that I was enjoying doing. So this tab, although there's a couple pages I'll keep, it's going to be changing, which I'll show you in a bit, with the outfit change. So yeah, this one's actually, you know what, I'll do it now. Here's one I made earlier. This finance tab is changing to self-care. So okay, just like that. This now says self-care, which I'm going to arrange in a bit once I've shown you the rest. So that's that. And then yeah, the diary pages, so that will stay at the back of the book, because I think at one point during the setup of this I mentioned how I used to have the diary pages at the front of the planner, and that just meant that I kind of forgot about everything that came after it, whereas now at the end of the day I kind of sit down with this and a nice cup of tea and just kind of update each of these sections, and then come to this last and spend a little bit of time filling this in, and yeah, that works for me. So with the outfit change, what I mean is we're coming kind of almost into autumn now, and I just feel that cozy mood coming on, and I want to kind of reflect that every time I open this. This front page I feel really suits this planner, and I'm kind of sad to remove it for now, but the times, they are changing, and I'm going to update it for the next few months with these. So I'll pop these in and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I will obviously be bringing these ones back, but probably not until the end of this year / beginning of next year now, because after this update I'll have Christmas dividers, and then probably January I'll come back to the tiger. So just feels like it's time for this little change in the seasons, as it's raining much more now. So here we go, just a nice new dashboard. I'm not actually going to change the rest of the dividers yet, because I think for those, I mean, they're still, you know, nice and botanical, shall we say, and they're they're kind of summery, but you know what, I do love the colours, so I'm going to keep the dividers until I switch out for Christmas ones, which I think I'm going to do maybe, ooh, day after Halloween, so 1st of November I'll change these up, but for now it will just be nice to kind of open it and have a different vibe, you know. So the dashboard, which behind this I'm going to sit my witchy calendar, because that's just not getting much attention otherwise. And then we have my yearly bookmark. I don't think the camera can pick this up because it's not very clear, but I've written yearly on this one for these two, and then monthly at the top of this one for this one. And then diary has weekly, so weekly bookmark for this one, and I really love this pattern. It's got like foxes, rabbits, squirrels, very English autumn countryside, and just the colour I think fits in really well with this nice brown leather. Although I am now thinking maybe I should change the dividers, but I'll come to that another time. Next, what I'm going to do is I need to change this self-care tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple pages out of the finance section. That's going to be my goals and my donations page, and transfer these ones into my trackers. So they're here now. Actually, I'm going to move my financial goals into the actual goals tab, where it probably should have been in the first place. That makes more sense. And then what I've got in the trackers is basically just my donations page. So yeah, that makes more sense. Happy with that, because that's what I'll be tracking, right? And now I've freed up this whole self-care section. So what I'm going to actually pop in here is in the goals section, I had some things that I've written down over the years about kind of your emotional rights and boundaries, and yeah, kind of those bits and pieces. So they're going here in the self-care section as something I can read every now and then. I'm adding in 2 pages. The first one, this came out of a moon ritual exercise actually, about writing down just a few of your favourite things that you do just purely for fun. Leo energy always has a lot of fun. And so that if you ever kind of need an idea or a pick-me-up, I can flip to this page and pick something out to do. This isn't finished yet. What I'm going to do with this page is I'm going to add kind of a colour coding relating to my mood on a given day. So I'll have fun things to do when I've got a low mood, when I'm high energy, and when I'm just kind of needing a bit of a pick-me-up. So this page isn't finished yet, but it will be. And what I actually did to help me is, I mean, I'm an adult who's like overly focused on to-dos and getting stuff done, and I feel like I actually don't have really enough fun in my day. Even just simple things like doing some colouring in, you know, I'm always like, oh well, if I have a spare half an hour I should be doing it on this or that, and you know, work stuff or home stuff. So I did actually need a bit of a Google help with this, but I was very careful to just kind of pick out the things that I actually would do for fun and personalise it. So I'll actually go, I don't know if you can pick this up on camera. You're welcome to pause and just kind of write these down if you think they'll be good ideas. But firstly, I wrote down things that actually I know I already like to do for fun, which I am kind of embarrassed to say. One of them is make an Excel sheet. But I mean, I make Excel spreadsheets for like loads of things, you know. In fact, I've got some in here that I've made myself, just for some of my tracking stuff. So, you know, kind of making Excel sheets is just a bit of fun for me, and like it's good for like travel itineraries and like calendars and just all stuff like that. But I've also got other stuff like, you know, watch YouTube videos. I always find that really calming. Gardening my plants, dancing to power songs, And then I've got some other things that I kind of found on Google, you know, like watching a comedy show, writing out my top 10s, paper crafting, cozy movie day, just stuff like that, you know, but stuff that I would actually do myself for fun. So I'm really looking forward to flipping to this. It's kind of sad, I don't know if I can fit something like this in every day, but I'm gonna try and, you know, do something fun for myself every day, even if it's something that's really small, like looking through some old photos, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna colour code this properly so that I can come back to this when I'm having kind of different mood days. So that's going in there. And then the next page is basically another one that came out of the Leo ritual this new moon, is to write down 5 things about yourself that you really like or value in yourself. They're just little things, and to just kind of have them somewhere that I can refer to, because I feel like sometimes I'm very hard on myself and kind of forget to look back. And I just thought, you know, that would be nice to come to if maybe I need a little pick-me-up. And yeah, I'll come back to this page and decorate it a bit better, I think. So it looks a bit like this. But actually this section, in hindsight, is something I kind of wanted to do originally, but I kind of had to choose between the finance and self-care tab originally, and thought the finance would get a bit more use than it has. So we live and learn, and this makes much more sense. And whew, I feel like I didn't give myself much chance to breathe during all that, but basically that's my update for today. So I've gone through my pages of the last 5 months. I've given Mr Malden an outfit change, and I've updated my self-care tab. So everything else is working really well. Still absolutely love my planner, and so glad that I got this, and it's been working really well for me, and can't wait for many happy years of us together planning my life and memory making. So I mean, I don't have any intentions to leave the next gap as long as this was. I'm hoping to kind of be back maybe at the end of September. I need to decide what Christmas ones to go with. So, bonus feature of this video, you can help me choose. Do I go for blue theme with snowmen and wreaths and candy canes? Oh, and I love these, look, little toy soldiers. I really love this theme. Or, this one's not laminated yet, so don't judge me, but this is kind of a paper craft theme. So we've got a red Father Christmas and a red theme with candy canes and wreaths and Christmas trees and reindeers. The thing is, I think that this, although I prefer this theme, I feel like this would suit the planner a bit better, because it's got, you know, dark reds and browns and greens. Or you can see I went to Hobbycraft and spent all my money. The final theme is kind of this pink and purple, I don't know what to call it, frosted theme, shall we say. So I've got like the Christmas trees here, and then we've got purple baubles and reindeers and pink snowflakes. So yes, what I wanted to ask was, what do you think? Blue theme, craft theme, or winter wonderland theme? I have to choose, and I'm gonna have to change my dividers on the 1st of November, so I'll definitely back for that. So let me know in the comments which theme you like, and I'll consider, but I'm pretty set on this theme, if I'm honest, because I really love these snowmen, or ladies, snow ladies, and oh look, his little beard. But anyway, I know it's probably a bit too early to be talking about Christmas, but honestly, like, I absolutely adore Christmas, and it's never too early, and I feel like this is the time of year. that one does start thinking about it, because you've got to make plans, you know. Already starting my food shop list. Oh, how lucky we are in the first world, eh? So yeah, here we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Apologies for my very long absence. I will try to be back very soon for you, and hope you enjoyed that quick flip through. If you have any questions, let me know if I can help you with anything with your planner. And yeah, hope you're keeping well. Keep well still, and I will see you soon, my beautiful people. Mwah.